See, if Uzzah's heart had been turned toward the obvious holiness of the ark, I don't think he would have touched it, whether he knew the rule to not touch it or not. And so even though our heart is in tension, the problem isn't that God overreacted, right? The problem is that we underestimate the extent of God's holiness. But David's response to Uzzah was appropriate. It was appropriately reverent. So let's read that again in verse 9. It says, and David was afraid of the Lord that day, and he said, how can the ark of the Lord come to me? It makes sense that he should fear the Lord after this action. And fear of the Lord comes with understanding just how holy and mighty God is. And the question that David asks, I think, is also very appropriate. How can the presence of God ever come to me? And maybe you can relate to that. Right? How can the creator of the universe ever know and call me by name? See, God didn't spare Uzzah's life because holiness demands obedience and justice. But just as God didn't spare Uzzah's life, neither did he spare the life of his son. Right? And so on the cross, Jesus bore my disobedience and your disobedience on the cross so that we might have forgiveness and relationship with his Father, so that we could stand in the presence of a holy God. That's pretty amazing, right? So maybe Uzzah's death makes a little more sense.